Have you ever sat in silence, alone with your thoughts, and felt like your mind was working against you? Maybe it was a whisper that said you weren't good enough, or a feeling that something terrible was about to happen, even when everything around you was fine. This isn't just anxiety or stress, it's something deeper. It's your own mind creating a reality that isn't entirely true. The truth is, your mind lies to you, not because it wants to harm you, but because it's trying to protect you, even if the methods are flawed. This script will take you on a journey through the illusions your mind creates, why it does this, and how to reclaim control. The human mind is a storyteller. From the moment we wake up, it begins weaving narratives about who we are, what the world is like, and what other people think of us. These stories aren't neutral. They're shaped by fear, desire, trauma, memory, and evolution. And the mind, in its effort to keep us safe, often resorts to distortion. It exaggerates threats, downplays strengths, and projects fears onto neutral situations. It creates fake problems so we can feel like we're solving something, anything, to regain a sense of control. But this creates a trap. We become prisoners to stories that aren't even true. Take, for example, the voice that tells you, "You're not good enough." Where does that come from? Not from truth, but from a desire to avoid rejection. If your mind convinces you that you're inadequate, then maybe you won't take the risk that leads to failure. Maybe you'll stay safe. But safety comes at a cost: growth. Every fake problem your mind creates is a distraction from the real ones. And those real problems? They require courage, not fear. Our minds evolved to detect threats in the environment. But modern life isn't filled with predators or sudden danger. It's filled with uncertainty, social dynamics, long-term goals, emotional complexities. And our ancient brain treats these uncertainties like they're lions in the bushes. This leads to overthinking, catastrophizing, and endless internal monologues. You replay conversations, worry about the future, analyze every detail of your behavior. Your mind thinks it's being helpful. It isn't. It's burning energy trying to fix a problem that may not even exist. One of the biggest lies your mind tells you is that your thoughts are facts, just because you think something doesn't make it true. But we often confuse thought with truth. You think someone is mad at you, so you assume it's a fact. You think you're not talented, so it must be real. But thoughts are just mental events. They are not judgments handed down by the universe. When you start seeing thoughts as temporary, optional, and often unreliable, you create space. And in that space, you can choose which thoughts deserve your attention. Let's talk about mental filters. Your mind doesn't show you reality. It shows you a filtered version. This filter is based on past experiences, emotions, and beliefs. If you've been hurt before, you'll see danger where there is none. If you've been told you're worthless, you'll interpret compliments with suspicion. The world isn't lying to you, your perception is. And your perception is shaped by the stories your mind keeps telling. Break the story, and the filter cracks. You begin to see things as they are, not as you fear they are. There's also the illusion of control. Your mind wants to believe that if you think enough, worry enough, or plan enough, you can control everything. But control is an illusion. Life is unpredictable. Thoughts can't prevent chaos. They can only prepare you, sometimes. The more you try to control every outcome with thought, the more you suffer when things don't go as planned. The key is surrender. Not to weakness, but to reality. When you accept that some things are beyond your control, your mind has less reason to panic. And in that calm, clarity arises. Social comparison is another trick of the mind. You look at someone else's success and feel inadequate. You see their highlight reel and compare it to your behind the scenes. Your mind tells you that you're losing, that you're behind. But this isn't truth. It's distortion. Every life has unseen battles. Every person carries doubts. When your mind lies through comparison, it ignores context. And without context, no comparison is fair. The cure? Compassion. For others, yes. But especially for yourself. Let's talk about identity. Your mind loves labels. I'm this, I'm that, I'm shy, I'm anxious, I'm broken. These labels feel like truths, but they're not. They're stories your mind repeats until they feel real. Identity isn't fixed. You're not one thing. You're a process, a becoming. When you stop believing every label your mind hands you, you become free to change. You're not broken. You're unfolding. The mind also lies through memory. You think you remember something accurately, but memory is a reconstruction, not a recording. Your past is colored by emotion, bias, and time. Sometimes your mind edits the past to protect you. Sometimes it edits to punish you. Either way, it's a lie. What matters isn't the perfect accuracy of memory, but the meaning you create now. You can't change the past, but you can change the story you tell about it. Here's another illusion. The mind says, once everything is perfect, then I'll be happy. This is a trap. Perfection doesn't exist. Waiting for the right conditions is another form of avoidance. Your mind creates an imaginary future to escape the discomfort of now. But now is all you have. Happiness isn't in the next achievement. It's in your relationship to this moment. When you see that, the chase ends, and peace begins. Awareness is your weapon. When you observe your thoughts without identifying with them, they lose their power. You become the witness, not the prisoner. This isn't easy. It takes practice. But every moment of awareness weakens the illusion. Your mind still lies, but you stop believing it. Meditation helps, not because it silences the mind, but because it teaches you to see its patterns. Journaling helps, not because it solves your problems, but because it shows you what you're believing. Therapy helps, not because someone fixes you, but because someone helps you untangle the web of your thoughts. You don't fight the mind with more thought. You observe. You listen. You disentangle. There's a voice underneath the noise, a deeper self, not afraid, not desperate. It speaks in intuition, not anxiety. In clarity, not confusion. When you quiet the mental static, that voice becomes louder. Trust it. It's closer to the truth than any lie your mind tells. In the end, your mind is not your enemy. It's a tool, a powerful one. But like any tool, it must be used with care. Unchecked, it builds prisons. Observed, it builds freedom. The choice is yours. The truth is simple. Your thoughts are not you. They are clouds. You are the sky. Let them pass. And remember, your mind will lie again. That's okay. Just don't build your life on those lies. Build it on awareness. Build it on presence. Build it on truth. Because only in truth can you be free. This is Shadow Doctrine. And this is the beginning of your liberation from within. If this exploration of the mind's illusions resonated with you, consider subscribing to Shadow Doctrine. Together, we dive deep into the psychology and philosophy that shape our lives. Share your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you know someone who needs this message, pass it on. The journey inward is better when shared. Thank you for watching.